been knocked clear.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Played out to the right.
2 added minutes has been
Tries
indicated.
to pass it through. Robertson. He has found the way through. Mbappe is onto this. And we're done. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
A rather flat performance for me when we expected something a lot stronger. I think they thought the win would just come to them.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And already we're underway here. Now it's Son Heung-min. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Anthony Elanga is a player who's learning the game for me, Peter. He produces moments of magic, but he also produces mistakes, which is often associated with a player so young. He left Sweden at an extremely young age. I think he was 12 when he moved to Manchester, but he's progressed through the age groups and he's making his mark now at the top level. He just needs consistency to be added.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. Van Dijk.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Out for a throw. Caicedo. That is ended up in no man's land. Oh, he's one-on-one! Barnes! They've got to be quick to recover this. That's going to go a long way. And it's Tonali. Gordon is onto this. Decent chance! Oh, brilliant from Gordon! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
Newcastle have penetrated for the first time.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Trippier, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Trippier made a search from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. He's on it, can he get away? Son Heung-min. Elanga. Barnes. Oh, there's the shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it. Barcelona truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Looking for options for movement. Has crossed into the middle. Willock could move up a gear here. It's Barnes. Now this could be a chance. This looks promising. Camavinga deals with that comfortably. Oh, there's a probing ball. Great vision. And he's onside. Chance to shoot. In he goes again. It's in. And this is getting better and better. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. What do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So,
And the finish! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Hall goes long. Camavinga. Now it's Gordon. Robertson. Caicedo. And that's been intercepted.
that was well played, well stopped.
Caicedo being hunted in packs.
Well, he's been dropping into space and spraying balls all over the pitch, so enough seems enough now.
Can he get it through? He's got tall. Goal! Right back in the game. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Number 10, Kylian Mbappe.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Oh, lovely bit of skill. Crosses it in. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Valverde tries making a foray down the right. Sends it crossfield. Son Heung-min. Now, can they get him away?
Substitution on the field. Number 20. Coming on to replace him is number 9, Wissa.
Trippier. Chow. Willock. Hall. Barnes. Now it's Barnes. Into the last quarter of an hour. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Now it's Gordon. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Time is running out here.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
They get a throw in.
Substitution on the field. Number 11, Harvey Barnes. Number 2, Trippier. Coming on the field, number 7.
That is good
Jolinton.
strength. Delivered
Number
across.
21.
That was well seen too. Good clearance. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Shoots!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Camavinga has created one goal already. And it's Willock. Played back. And time is up. Barcelona were involved in a great game here, unpredictable in so many ways, but in the end they fell just short. Effort unrewarded. So we're all back together again, fresh still in our minds, those memories, the unbelievable highs, the unforgettable lows. And as the sides return to cross swords for the first time again, we just remind ourselves of the magic of this game. This is what it does to you. It keeps bringing you back, no matter what. A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. And already we're underway here. He's got away. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. And here's Son Heung-min. Plays it in low. He's had a shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Son Heung-min. And it's Robertson. Now it's Son Heung-min. Lovely bit of skill. Now it's Son Heung-min. And this is Son Heung-min. And he's straight offside. Carmo. David Costas. Caicedo. And it's Messi. Now Mbappe. And here's Kane. And this is Messi. Now it's he's having a go! Just off target.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Lopez. And a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. He's found a way through. And it's made its way to him. And a chance! Goal! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Oviedo are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Looking to play him in. Now, can they get him away? Oh, nice touch. Swings in across. Oh, what a climb! A really close shave, and the last action of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Barcelona can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Chooses to go cross-field. Mbappe. Javi Lopez cuts it out. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Barcelona still this single goal behind. Threads one in. Now this goes for a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Yeah, the ball in there was simply superb. He won't be too happy that it's gone to waste like that.
Cleared without hesitation. Now it's Messi. Showing good feet. He's got two! They've done it! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
lovely header, but really it was all about the delivery.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
The attendance for this
Barcelona
match was
grab the equaliser, and we're
96,026.
all square.
There's been a genuine flow to this game so far, but that might mark a major shift in momentum now.
Mbappe in acres of space out wide. And he's heaved it away. And they're quick to get it back. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. He's on it, can he get away? Out to the right. It's a good-looking delivery. He can get that clear. That's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Driving forward. David Costas. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't.
Substitution in progress.
Caicedo. Camavinga. Messi, who does have an assist to his name. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And smartly reclaimed. Oh, well played, lovely. Messi, and this is Messi. Shot a goal!
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
It's not an especially good pass, that. It's a good ball out wide.
2 added minutes has been
Deep
indicated.
into stoppage time. That's been cut out, well played. Caicedo. Camavinga. And the referee brings it to a close. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the
Hello,
promise
everybody,
of a
and
match that
welcome
will
to
really
today's
get the
match.
juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
Good ball, good take. And that could set him on his way. Goes for a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Robertson. Akanji. Barcelona yet to have an attempt on goal. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Caicedo. Camavinga. Son Heung-min. And this is Kane. It's Kane! Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Gets into some space. And that's been drilled in. Valverde. It's Van Dijk. And he was quick to react. Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Toljan. Now, can they get him away? There's no flag! Now, this could be a chance. Back when it goes. Looking here to chip it. There's the header! Goal! On the cusp of half-time, he delivers with perfect timing. It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Number 9.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
He's having a shot! Toljan. Probing pass. He's being urged to shoot. They would have been quick to recover this. Caicedo. Pass somewhat off target. Tries to pass it through. Barcelona still this single goal behind. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Camavinga looks to the other side.
Good ball, that too.
Now it's Messi. Kane. Kane! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Opts for safety. Plays it across, and the ball's come, and one more try! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Substitution on the field. Number 26.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Coming on the field. Number 7. Number 21. Number 11.
Valverde. Now Mbappe. Mbappe. Oh, this is a terrific run. And that looks a decent ball. And it's Caicedo. Played out to the right. And that is a superb rearguard action. And the ball's gone astray. He has a look up. Oh, important interception. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Mbappe, and this is Messi. Cleared without hesitation. Barcelona have reached the now or never stage. Shoots! He has done it! Tying minutes, and we're all square again.
The goal scorer for Barcelona after 89 minutes is number 11, Lionel Messi.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Close, and the shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. And as you can see, we've already started here. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Chance for a shot! Oh, it's a beauty! A finish of true class! It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Mbappe. And here's Mbappe. Has a look and place it forward. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Barcelona are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Kamavinga. Now it's Son Heung-min. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And he's picked it up out wide. And a chance!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Nicely weighted ball. And he welcomes it in.
Barcelona really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now.
He rises! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Robertson. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Pass somewhat off target. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Now it's Pepe. And the finish! Oh, split-second reaction.
Pepe clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Messi. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's cleared it out of harm's way. That's a throw. Akanji. Son Heung-min. And it's Valverde. Mbappe. Oh, nice touch. He's got away.
Has been indicated.
Elects to cross. It's a goal kick. Foot in. And the first 45 minutes are up. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And the game has already resumed here.
Well, I think...
Shot a goal! Oh, that is rather wayward. Caicedo. Pepe. Lovely pass, but can he get there? It's a promising position, and it's made its way. Chance, surely! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Caicedo. For Valverde. Barcelona still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. Van Dijk. Son Heung-min is firing after that one. Pepe.
The attendance for this match was
Now it's Gerard Moreno.
96,026.
To Gay. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller. Pepe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Caicedo. Looking for options for movement. Gay did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Gerard Moreno. Gerard Moreno! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Pedraza. But he's forced to go back. Half an hour gone in the second half. He's a sharp little ball here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 8, Kane. Coming on to replace him is number 18,
Lovely feet.
Mikel Oyarzabal. Substitution.
There's the shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Valverde getting this one clear.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Valverde. Camavinga. Here's Oyarzabal. Oh, good take in a good area. Incoming delivery. Big header. It's in. Dying minutes, and we're all square again. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So all square with almost no... And that is that. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen? Welcome to those who have joined us all here on
Hello,
a beautiful,
everybody,
clear
and
evening.
welcome to
The
today's
conditions
match.
contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. The action has already started. How are you reading this formation, Jim Beglin?
Well, if you want to secure a clean sheet, Peter, this is a very good way of going about it. It adds discipline and lends a stubbornness to that midfield, which can stifle opposition attempts to play through, and it takes a lot of pressure off your defence, of course. Forces longer passes through the aerial route, So, all things considered, that extra layer across midfield is highly, highly effective.
Morcillo. He is starved of space and time.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Camavinga. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, I would think that this fella Valverde's role is going to be so key here. He'll be tasked with pretty much doing everything from covering the back line to winning the ball back, triggering counter-attacks, providing outlets, pressing, as well as being a goal threat. In other words, pretty much everything.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Can he get on the end of this? Well, there's the clearance. Well, they've got it again. And it's Leo Baptistao. Crosses it in. And he's there to clear it. Robertson. And Caicedo. Well, that has not gone well. Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Mbappe. Camavinga. Turns back here, probably the best option. Over to the left. Son Heung-min. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Messi. Shifted it to the flank. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Oh, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all round.
Half-time nearly with us. They will be desperate not to concede here. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Leo Baptistao. And it's half-time here. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. How would you review the first half?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Opts for safety. And it's Leo Baptistao. Tries to pass it through. And he's managed to get... Can he finish? A real chance and a real let-off.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Well, if you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. Valverde for Messi. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Leo Baptistao. Showing good feet. Takes aim and Morcillo! He's done very well to get to that.
Morcillo really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
That's really well manoeuvred. Out to the right. Trying to get out of a very sticky situation. Messi. And here's Mbappe. Now it's Oyarzabal. Well read, and the danger is averted. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
Camavinga. Almeria are looking to break at pace. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Substitution on the field. Number 24, number 7, number 29. Coming on the field.
That's
number
very
41,
neat.
Number 10.
A corner it is then.
Number 17.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
There will be 1 minute added time.
That has been cut short. Robertson. That's that, the end. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. Your
Hello,
final
everybody,
thoughts,
and
Jim?
this
A
is a
rather
quick reminder-
flat...
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Martin. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, this guy Donnarumma really is a generational talent, Peter. I suppose you have to be good if you're a goalkeeper and your name's Gianluigi. He really has inherited the mantle from his namesake. There might be room for improvement with his kicking, but otherwise, he is nigh on perfect.
Yeah, he would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. He played cross-field, changing the point of attack. He's a sharp little ball here. Cross goes in there. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Getafe deciding to turn to the long ball now. That is pretty evident.
Yeah, it is clear that they've decided to take a more direct route to goal now, but, you know, they can't just continue doing this and make it predictable. And importantly, they've got to look to win the second ball. If they do that, they should get right up the pitch.
Yeah, they really should. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now he's off and running. And it's Messi. Now it's Kane. Looking for options for movement. Lofted upfield. Mbappe. And they've got a throw. Mbappe. Mario Martin. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Opts for safety. And now they can clear their lines. Van Dijk. Akanji. And it's Van Dijk. Caicedo. Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the first half is done. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
Please turn your attention
back
to
on the first 45 minutes.
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And the action is back underway.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Satriano. Satriano. Great ball, and he's in here. They're urging him to shoot. And that was very necessary. Now Mario Martin tries a... It's a mighty effort! That was superb goalkeeping.
Satriano really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
847.
Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
Son Heung-min gets into a good position. That's good play. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Satriano. Plays it through.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now.
Barcelona really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Satriano. That's a delicate pass.
Real chance! And yes, it's there! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you ought to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Getafe have penetrated for the first time.
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now.
And here's Kane. Gets a good foot in there.
Barcelona really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
And we're done. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end.
Hello attendees.
You look back on the game then, Jim.
Barcelona seem to have taken...
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Camavinga gets over and intercepts. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Played out to the right. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nicely shaped ball. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Harry Kane. He's a deadly finisher, Peter, obviously, but he can contribute much more than that for his team. He's got the physical presence to hold the ball up and the awareness to bring pretty much everyone else into play. His best attributes, however, might be his enthusiasm, his energy, and his desire to win, because those things become infectious to others.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Looking for options, for movement. And that's a simple one for the keeper. He's in a great position here. Now that's a lovely exchange. Looking for a runner. Up up he goes! And it's a goal! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Number 9.
Burgos have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Tries to play it through. Oh, he's found support out wide.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Messi. Valverde. Pulls it back. That has been knocked clear.
There will be one.
They've got to make this
minute
nice
time.
and quick.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Barcelona can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Pass somewhat off target. That's a lovely, neat pass. Burgos finding their passes. Valverde. That'll be a throw-in. He's on it. Can he get away? That is a brilliant interception. Mbappe. Barcelona still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. Kane. Out to the right. The less said about that pass, the better. Now he's off and running. That has ended up in no man's land. Your impression so far, Jim?
Barcelona are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him. They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Substitution on the field. Number 9. Coming on to replace him is number 20.
That's a sharp pass. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. And it's Son Heung-min. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Very nicely done.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
So much time and space. Shot, surely! so close to drawing level.
That's really unlucky because he didn't do an awful lot wrong then. It's a let-off for that defence.
Substitution on the field. Number 16.
So here comes the substitution.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
Substitution on the field. Number 21. Number 2. Coming on the field. Number 19. Number 15.
Crosses it in. And he's having a shot! He was certain to score. It is an inexplicable miss.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Son Heung-min. And that will be the final act. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that.
Please be made aware that smoking
And
is
after all of
only
that, Jim,
permitted in
what are you
designated
thinking?
areas
That's
within these grounds.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. And already we're underway here. Played out wide. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Chooses to go cross-field. Now it's Messi. No, he's seen through all of that. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Van Dijk. First quarter of an hour gone. It's a pretty loose pass. De La Fuente. Oh, good spread. And can he finish it? Now, who's going to be first to this? And he's gone looking for safety.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Barcelona, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Out to the left it goes. Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min!
Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And now they can spring out of defence. Half an hour played now. Kane. Now it's Messi. And it's Robertson. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Nicely spread. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, nice touch. Crossed in early. Looking to play him in. Back in once more. And there's the end of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. And maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is good.
And the shot! He's got a goal! And the second half is off to a flyer!
Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Back towards the middle. Can he get on the end of this? And it's made its way to him. Barcelona still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break.
The attendance for this match
Mbappe.
was 96,628.
Oh, really good feet. Mbappe running with the ball. Son Heung-min. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
And he skips past, has a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
substitution.
So here comes a substitution.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Great vision. And this is Son Heung-min. He's shifting through the gears here.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Oh, that's a key interception.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Big chance, corner.
Substitutions taking place.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. And he's whipped. Bullish header! He should have put that one away.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Barcelona are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
And it's Messi. Son Heung-min. Can he get it through?
Added
It's
minutes
a
has
promising
been
position.
indicated.
That is a superb rearguard action. Messi's cross. That's a decent clearance. And that will be the final act. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested
And
interest.
we'd like to inform you now that the latest travel
You look back on the game then, Jim.
Well, there's no shortage of effort and commitment from them. They were just undone by that second.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful,
Hello,
clear
everybody,
evening.
and welcome
The
to
conditions
today's
contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights, will be Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. The action has already started. Now it's Messi. And Messi! Messi! Genius! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Barcelona gain their reward with an early goal. Opts for safety. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Son Heung-min. Well, they can break here. He shifted it to the flank. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Mbappe. Leo Baptistao. Played in deep. And it's claimed by the keeper. Mbappe. Caicedo. And it's Messi. And Son Heung-min. And it's Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Son Heung-min. Stood up well to him there. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Spread out to the left. Messi. And it's Son Heung-min. Camavinga. And it's Caicedo. Barcelona are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Passing is crisp and sharp. Plays the return pass. Spread it left. Messi. For Valverde. Mbappe. And that'll be the final action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Barcelona have made the crucial breakthrough and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. And the game has already resumed here. Barcelona carrying a... Shoots! And it's in! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Number 11, Lionel Messi.
So that's two now without reply.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them. Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
And this is Messi. Camavinga. That's good play. Now Mbappe. Valverde picks it up out wide. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Out to the left it goes.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Camavinga. Distributed tidily. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Over to the left. Oh, nice one too, very nice. And the ball is out of play. Caicedo. And it's Valverde. Camavinga. And Robertson. And it's Van Dijk. Van Dijk. And it's Robertson. And Akanji. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Van Dijk. Son Heung-min. There will be a throw-in.
Substitution on the field. Number 24. Coming on the field is number 19.
And it's Leo Baptistao. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Played through for the wide man. Son Heung-min. Barcelona have time on their side now, as well as a two-goal lead. It is just about done. Son Heung-min. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Camavinga is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Mbappe. Mbappe tries making a foray. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Barcelona can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of poise, potency and proficiency.
Is only allowed in areas
Messi
shown on this
claiming
map.
the man of the
Thank
match
you for your
award,
cooperation.
and there is very little room for argument. How do you look back on the... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. If you're just joining us, we are already on the way. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Son Heung-min picks it up out wide. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this guy, Donnarumma, is someone who's been predestined for greatness, Peter, and he hasn't disappointed. Immense in terms of shot stopping, we know that. But I think his distribution has also improved, and it needed to, although he likes to keep it quite safe and simple.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Knocks it into space. Valverde. Camavinga. Now it's Messi. Now it's Valverde. Good ball, good take. He's a sharp little ball here. Cross into the box. That'll be a throw-in. He slings it in. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Played towards the front line. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Caicedo. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Caicedo. And it's Van Dijk. And Robertson. Messi. Out towards the flank. Played out towards the right wing. And that pass just didn't quite work. There's the whistle for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. That gets things going for the second half. So the first half brought no goals. Lofted in. Akanji can get it clear. Ah, that's a fine interception. Akanji clears. He's in a great position here. Oh, he's been caught napping. Now this could be a chance. Gets his head on it! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Camavinga. Goalless still. Neither side really getting onto the front foot.
The attendance
Nicely
for this
spread.
match was
Son Heung-min cuts out the pass.
97,559.
Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defence...
Son Heung-min! And again! And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, he may have snatched it down a bit, even though it was quite close.
And it's Kane. Son Heung-min. Played out to the right. And he welcomes it in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Substitutions taking place.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Still no sign of a breakthrough, which comes as quite a surprise if you consider the gulf in quality between the two teams. goes cross-field.
Good switch, that.
Sobrino. It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Chance! Oh, it's coming. Oh, what has happened? In he goes again. Decent enough try. Mbappe. That's that, the end. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Barcelona may have approached this game as a probable win, Peter, and didn't address the basics properly that may have achieved it.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of
Hello,
a match that will
everybody, and
really
welcome
get the
to
juices
today's
flowing.
match.
I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Ruben Peña. Not the most accurate pass. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Now it's Mbappe.
Pretty robust defending.
Son Heung-min. Robertson. Son Heung-min. And this is Kane.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Caicedo. And this is Kane. Diawara. It's a good run down the left-hand side. He's had it taken off him. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Out towards the flank. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Now it's Diawara. That's an excellent interception. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's Kane. That's a good ball out wide. Now it's Mbappe. Messi. And he's quick to get it clear again. They get a throw in. Oh, that's neat. And it's Camavinga. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Caicedo cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
And he's picked it up out wide. Diawara. And that'll be the last act of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And we are back underway.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Tries to pass it through. Lovely bit of skill. That's good defending. Defending in numbers. Still absolutely nothing to report here goals-wise. Played into space out wide. And he's managed to get free. Now it's crossed into the middle. Cleared away. Just eases him off the ball. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
Knocks it into space. Mbappe. And that was asking just too much of him. Diawara. Ruben Peña. Now he's off and running. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Out to the right. That's tidy. Takes aim and crosses.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Son Heung-min. He's got away. Tries to play it through. Oh, and that is really good tenacity.
Substitution on the field. Number 23.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
And now they can spring out of defence. Mbappe. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Valverde gets into some space.
There will be 1
That's
minute
really
added
good
time.
defending. Diawara. And the referee brings it to a close. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Barcelona
Please
must
turn
have
your
viewed this
attention to
game
the
as
screen
very
for
winnable,
information
but will no
provided by
doubt
the
have
local
a
police.
healthier respect for this opposition now.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. And as you can see, we've already started here.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Camavinga.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Now it's Mbappe. Valverde makes the interception. Messi.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Chouameni. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Tries to play it through. Oh, it's played into the...
Vinicius Junior!
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Defending of the desperate variety. He's in plenty of space here.
Bellingham!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Now it's Mbappe. And it's Camavinga. And here's Messi. Camavinga kept his eye on it, and he's there. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Threads one in. And it's made its way to him. Messi. Now Mbappe. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Goulet. Madrid looking to pass their...
And a shot!
He's got away with one there.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Chouameni. Lobbed in behind. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And there's the end of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. as the start of the second half. So neither side has yet broken through. Great vision, good ball, good take. Camavinga did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Mbappe. Now, can they get him away? Can he get onto this? Caught offside that time. Engages and forces him off the ball. Caicedo. Robertson. Now it's Kane. Nicely spread. Still absolutely nothing to report here goals-wise. Goulet. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Goulet. That is a brilliant interception.
The attendance for
Son
this match
Heung-min.
was 96,026.
Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. Plays a sharp little ball here. And he's straight offside. Traumeri. That's a little off target. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Messi. And it's Camavinga. Valverde. And Caicedo. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Son Heung-min. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's picked his way through. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And the break is on. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
He's on it, can he get away? That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner.
Substitution.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Goulet, who's short. This looks promising.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be. Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Messi. And it's Valverde. Now it's Mbappe.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Cleared without complication. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Out of play for a throw. Now it's Mbappe. And that will be it. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack, and the outcome inevitable. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, that really did fly by. It's one of these games where everything progresses at 100 miles per hour, and at the end of it, this is what you can sometimes get. There may have been no winner, but still a tremendous watch.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. Always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Spread it left, and it's Son Heung-min. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, for a defender, Peter, Andy Robertson's style of play is more akin to that of a wing-back or even a wide attacker. Time after time, you see him make those overlaps, those marauding runs, providing support, the essential piece in any team looking to play on the front foot.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Some good work on the right flank here, and that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully a football match will break out soon.
Oviedo are looking lively here. They're playing with more zest, more purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to cause some real problems to that opponent.
And the shot! And it's a goal! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. Killer pass, perfectly delivered.
After 23 minutes is number 10.
Oviedo have taken the lead.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably...
Takes a shot! Really well taken goal. And they're at it again in double quick time. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Oviedo are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Valverde.
Barcelona really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Nicely spread. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Robertson. Now Van Dijk. And it's Caicedo. Son Heung-min. Camavinga. And it's Caicedo. Pass somewhat off target. And that's a throw-in. In towards the back, big header! He will be livid with himself. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Looking to play him in, and it's made its way to him. Camavinga. Now Mbappe.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And it's half-time here. How would you review the first half?
The boss is going to be disappointed with the way his team just switched off for those two goals. They'll have to take some risks now to try and get back in this game.
Quick reminder to let
it's easier said than done, as we know.
Catch today's match broadcast live on our club's FM station.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That's a good ball out wide. He has found a way through. It's gone all the way through to the keeper. Tries to play it through. Son Heung-min is wide and looking to get onto this.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
He's a sharp little ball here. Incoming to goes for a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff.
The goal scorer.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence. They were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Substitution on the field. Number 10. Coming on
Time
the
then for the
field
first
is
substitution of the game.
number
He got
18.
amongst the goals here, and now he takes his leave.
Look, you can only give your all, and he's delivered in that regard, and I think the manager has probably just spotted now a little tiredness creeping in, and, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, he's doing the right thing.
A case now of complete control.
Cleared without complication.
And it's Caicedo.
And here's Son Heung-min.
Gets to show off his quick feet. Brekalo.
That's good play.
Donnarumma breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Messi.
He's had it taken off him.
Barcelona really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Substitution on the field. Number 9.
Oviedo can make their change now with a break in play.
Number 17. Number 8. Santi Cazorla.
Robertson. Messi.
Can he get onto this?
There will be 3 minutes
That looks a
added
foul.
time.
Yep, referee's given it.
Valverde calmly anticipates. And the number on the board is 3.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough.
Barcelona have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was stunning, scintillating. There was to be only one
Hello
outcome.
everybody, and please join me in
Well, what are your
wishing
thoughts
a
on today's
happy
game then,
wedding
Jim?
anniversary for one of
Barcelona
our fan club
desperately
members.
failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. The action has already started. Looking for the run, and he's picked out the run. Tries to pass it through. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, it's not very often you look at your goalkeeper as a source of inspiration, but I think we can make an exception for Gianluigi Donnarumma. Such an incredible player, one of the safest pair of hands around.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Messi. Distributed tidily. Can he get on the end of this? Elects to cross.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Leo Baptista. Messi. And it's Caicedo. And it's Son Heung-min. Here's a sharp little ball here. He has found the way through. Tries a shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
A goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Robertson kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Messi, played out towards the right wing. Mbappe, and no, he's seen through all of that. Camavinga. And it's Caicedo. Caicedo proves just a little bit too strong. And we've reached half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How's the first half compared with your expectations?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well, and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. Here we go again, then.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Played out wide. Caicedo. And it's Robertson. And Son Heung-min. Messi. And here's Kane. Kane touches it back. It's a goal kick. Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min goes steaming forward. Tries to play it through. And this is Messi. And That has earned a reprieve for the time being. And smartly reclaimed.
The attendance
Very
for this
little to
match
report
was
from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a
97,559.
cagey old game.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this point. Combined attempts at goal aren't high in numbers, and we could do with something to spark this contest into life.
Donnarumma claims comfortably. Van Dijk. And it's Valverde. Mbappe. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And he's there to get it away. Leo Baptistao.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Look at the space here. He scored! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
Well, what a shift in moods here, Peter. That weight's finally off their shoulders, and tails are well and truly up.
The goal scorer for Barcelona.
So time for change.
After 80
And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Number 8.
So the first moment of real significance.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden,
Harry
bang.
Kane. Substitution.
Barcelona leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. Can he get it through? Messi. Caicedo. Played into space. No luck with that dink over the top.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Very much into the last
There will be
knockings.
1 minute added time.
Valverde. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Kane
Please be
taking
reminded
in the
that drinking
accolades,
is
having
only
been
allowed in
named
the
man of the
areas shown on
match,
this map.
and
Thank you very
deservedly
much for
so.
your cooperation.
So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Barcelona really were always favourites to start with, and try as they might, you always knew that their opponents were only going to emerge with little more than their pride intact.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.